smile and let everyone know that today you are a lot stronger than you were yesterday. Study hard, do good, and the good life will follow you. With these two beautiful quotes, students, a very good morning to each one of you. Hope you all will be safe and sound. Now we shall study the poem The Schoolboy, written by William Blake. I shall read the introduction now. On page number 84. The Schoolboy. The schoolboy in the poem is not a happy child. What makes him unhappy? Why does he compare himself to a bird that lives in a cage, or a plant that withers when it should blossom? The Schoolboy is a poem that focuses on the downsides of the formal learning. It considers how going to school on a summer day drives all joy away. The boy in this poem is more interested in escaping his classroom than he is with anything his teacher is trying to teach. In the poem, a child in the school is compared to a bird in a cage, meaning something that was born to be free and in the nature is instead trapped inside and made to be obedient. Now, I shall recite the first stanza. I love to rise in a summer morn, when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn, and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company! The first stanza describes the delight of wakening up to the birds singing, and what a marvelous way this is to start the day. Here I recite the second stanza. But go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outworn, the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. This stanza, however, contrasts with verse 1 by describing how it worries this boy to be at school and how the thought of this stops his happiness immediately. Let's now recite the third stanza. Then at times I drooping sit and spend many an anxious hour, nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower, worn through with the dreary shower. Stanza 3 describes school, how when home-schooled you can sit happily and read. At schools there is no freedom. You will learn what you are told to learn. Nothing more, nothing less. School cannot delight him. Here, now I shall recite the fourth stanza. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child, when fears annoy, but droop his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? Stanza 4 compares the good boy at school to a bird in cage. A bird can't sing in a cage, and also a child can't be happy in a school. His potential is restrained. Let's recite the fifth stanza. Oh, father and mother, if birds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day by sorrow and care's dismay. Stanza 5 shows how people are dismayed at school and how students are stripped of their joy. Now, I shall read the concluding stanza, that is the sixth one. How shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer fruits appear? The final stanza describes how school can never be fun, but it is like a cold winter's day blasting through warm summer. In these last two stanzas, the poet William Blake makes a heartfelt plea to parents using an extended metaphor of the natural cycles of life. In the world of nature, a bird grows into a flowering tree that will bear fruit as it matures. Blake references the seasons, describing how an autumn harvest of fruit sustains life through the harsh winter. In this way, he is illustrating how a happy childhood, the benefits of a wise and fruitful old age. Sending children to school interferes with this natural results in a lifetime of unhappiness with no chance of cultivating wisdom. The poem The Schoolboy discusses about a boy repelling imprisonment at his school. His company from an animated objects of the summer morning, that is birds, flowers, etc., to the inanimate object of a school is indeed a matter of concern and grief. School life is an ordeal for him. The boy's enjoyment of summer festivity is countered by the terrifying eye of the teacher that robs from him all his childhood happiness. School is nothing but a prison that negates the playful activity of childhood. The restriction of an imposed discipline in school forms a hurdle for the natural expression of creativity and kills the essence of genius. So here I have completed the poem, students, written by William Blake. Read it, recite it, and practice it well. Understand. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.